Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. Having some technical difficulties with the mic. It looks like I'm finally working. Looking at a 3rd and 2 right now after an incomplete pass. Looks like a miscommunication between Mertz and the receiver. So we'll see what happens here. A short yardage situation. They've been really using Montreal heavy in these offensive sets so far. All right. Another shotgun play. Pearsall in motion. Fakes the handoff. Hands it off right up the middle to Montreal Johnson, who gets the first down and a lot more. He is deep inside Vanderbilt territory, and he's finally brought down at the 20-yard line. What a run from Montreal Johnson. All right. Here we go. Mertz in the shotgun again. Hands it off. Nope, he's going to fake the handoff. He's looking. He's going to look deep. He's going to fire it. And Boardingham drops the football. Golly. There is a flag down. And it's offsides on the defense. It is a replay first down, 1st and short. Here we go. Mertz again. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff and end around. Pearsall in the end zone. And it's a touchdown for the Gators. What a play by Florida. And they will take an early lead in this one. Just the creativity so far of the offense right now. It looks really good. And I'm hoping that this is a game where we finally let out our frustrations after just a completely disappointing loss last week in Lexington. We'll see what happens here. Here we go. Trey Smack coming in to kick the extra point. It is good. So it is a 7-0 lead for the Florida Gators here early on. Boy, what a start. It looked a little sketchy in the very beginning. Looked a little sketchy in the beginning on the first few plays, but it looks like the defense got those little butterflies out of their system early on. And so now we're looking at a good start for the Gators. First drive, one touchdown. Now, looking at the scores right now, they're at the top 25. Seeing what I got right and what I got wrong early on. Now the big one, well, let's just take a look at what is going on right now. Washington State taking on UCLA. UCLA is up 6-3 right now in a really tight one, as it's about 5 minutes. There's about 5 minutes to go in the first half, with Washington State having the ball. I believe I picked Washington State. I don't remember. Damn commercials. Looking at the Florida State and Virginia Tech game. Virginia Tech comes in unranked 2-3. It looks like they finally figured out their quarterback situation, but unfortunately, Florida State is up 15-0. Go Tech. That's all I got to say there. You know my opinion on Florida State. Looking at Alabama and Texas A&M, another tight one there. 3-3 at the end of the first quarter. Number 11, Alabama, tied with Texas A&M in a matchup of a head coach and his former coordinator, Jimbo Fisher. I picked Alabama to win this one. I still believe that Alabama will win this one. Looking at number 10, number 14 overall ranked North Carolina taking on their ACC fellow ACC competitor Syracuse. They are up 10-0 over Syracuse. I picked North Carolina to win that game. I still believe they will win that game. Now, looking at the finals, the big one of the day so far. Looking at right now, looking at the final of the Oklahoma-Texas game. What a game this was. It started off quick in the first quarter. You had fake fourth down punts. You had blocked punt for a touchdown. You had multiple interceptions from Ewers. Unfortunately, even though Texas came back to score with about a minute and a half to go with that long field goal from their kicker, they unfortunately could not. They gave Oklahoma too much time as Dylan Gabriel drives down the field and gets a big game-winning touchdown pass to Anderson in the back of the end zone with 15 seconds left. Look, I picked Oklahoma to upset Texas. Not many people did, but I thought Boomer Sooner was going to do it. Looking at another game that was close in the very beginning, but unfortunately the big dogs pulled away. Ohio State taking on Tua's little brother, Maryland, up in Ohio State, and I said home field advantage was going to come into play for Ohio State, and it did. They ended up winning 37-17. And then another big one. I picked LSU over Missouri, I think. And looking at it, LSU won 49-39 in a high-scoring affair. And we are back at it here with the kickoff, and it looks like they had a fair catch here. And Vanderbilt will have the ball inside their own 10 here for their second drive of the game. All right. All right, Seals under center calling signals. Gators defense is in motion. They're in movement. Oh, he pops out of into the shotgun. Man in motion. Snap. Fakes the handoff. Hands it on a screen pass into the flat. And they get him in there for a big tackle for a 3-yard loss. And it looks like it'll be a huge second and long inside the 5-yard line. Let's see if Florida can get something going here. Here we go. It is a 2nd and 12. Looks like they're on the 6. Here we go. Another man in motion. Vanderbilt's offense struggling to get going here early on after those first 2 impressive plays. There comes Alexander. And there's a loose ball. Loose ball. And it is Vanderbilt ball. They fall back on top of it. So it will be a 3rd, and it looks like about 7 on the play. Let's see if Florida can get a stop. Another 3 and out. Their first 3 and out of the day. Wow, that was close. A great way, just a great play to kick the ball out. Turnovers being a big problem for the Vanderbilt offense this year. Here we go. Seals pulls it back. He's going to be in the shotgun with a running back to his right. Here we go. Takes the snap. He's looking. He's rolling right. He's rolling. Being pressured. He has to just throw it out of bounds. And the Gators get a much-needed stop at their first 3 and out of the day. And boy, does that give the defense confidence after just a poor showing last week. They are looking pumped. They're looking fired up. They're looking to make up for that embarrassing loss last week where they could not stop a nosebleed. Well, boy, this is the way to do it. I know it's Vanderbilt, but after what Vanderbilt did to us last year, you can never be sure with SEC opponents anymore. It's not like the old days where you know that teams like Kentucky, Vanderbilt are just going to be layups anymore. It's a different time we're living in. That's just how it is. Here we go. The punt is away. Looks like the Gators will get the ball. Look like Pearsall, I believe, returning the punt from the 39-yard line. He sees a hole, goes, explodes up the hole, and he will be in Vanderbilt territory. A great return for Pearsall as the Gators offense will take over in Vanderbilt territory. And looks like Pearsall is a little bit shaken up, but it looks like he's okay. Going back to the LSU Missouri game. This game shows you that Missouri is not a team to really push off. You don't know. They have an excellent offense, just an excellent offense. And looking at their quarterback Cook, who has really put up some big numbers this year, along with Daniels. Daniels also just a whole. Today he proved that he deserves to be in the Heisman conversation. I mean, looking at Jaden Daniels' statistics, I mean he was 15 to 21, 259, 3 touchdowns, no picks. And then going to his rushing stats. These are his rushing stats. 15 carries, 130 yards. 8.7 yards per rush and a touchdown on the ground. Those are some Tim Tebow-like numbers. Ridiculousness. And then just overall, this offense is looking very, very tough and very dangerous. Both of these offenses are. And unfortunately, they're both coming up on our schedule. So our defense better be ready. And Brady Cook, I mean, what can you say? 30 for 47, 411 yards, 2 touchdowns. Unfortunately, those 2 picks, but you know what? Looking at it, he looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the country right now. And looking at probably one of the biggest games that nobody will probably talk about because they lost, and that's Luther Burden. Luther Burden had a ridiculous game today with 11 catches for 149 yards, no touchdowns. But still, what a game by him. And he's only a sophomore, too. And looking at Brady Cook, he's a junior. So he still has one more year. And before today, he didn't throw an interception up to this point. I mean, you can look at it as if, he didn't play anybody. But still, it's still an impressive feat. Not a lot of guys are going to be, going 5 games in college football and not throwing in a single interception. So Missouri is for real. They lost today, but they showed today that they are for real, that they can compete with the best of the SEC. And Florida needs to be ready for them, especially for that high-powered offense. That offense is great. It's a high-powered attack that could really just beat down on you and not even look back. Here we go. We're looking at now We're looking at the back for the Gators' second drive of the game. They are in Vanderbilt territory after the excellent run back from Ricky Pearsall. Here we go. Mertz in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw. We're going to look at a double pass here. Jackson throws it deep, and it's intercepted. Oh, my gosh, it's intercepted. It is intercepted. That was not a good throw. He floated it up there, and it gave their linebacker time to just jump in on it. Oh, man, that is frustrating. And that drive will end in a turnover. I understand you trying to instill your will here or whatever, but also, Montreal, you got to go up and get the ball. You at least got to fight for the ball. You have to fight for the ball, man. That is just a disappointing way to end a drive on the first play. That's just a disappointing way. Luckily, our defense has looked great early on, but I just don't like that play whatsoever. Here we go. Empty set for Seals and Vanderbilt. Man in motion. He's going to fake the handoff. Oh, then missed tackle. Another missed tackle, and they finally bring him down. These guys have really got to bring these guys down. You cannot let an athletic guy like Seals really just break loose because he'll kill you. And unfortunately, FSU is up 22-0 over Virginia Tech. That game looks like it's about to be a blowout. It's only 1:34 left in the first quarter. So blowout in that one. Unfortunately, Alabama just did score on a deep throw from Milroe, looks like. He's slowly improving as the season is going on, which is good for him. Here we go. It is a 2nd and 7. It should be a 2nd and long, but we're not going to talk about that. Here we go. Seals with a quick throw to the outside. He hits the throw. Oh my gosh, what is going on? And that is going to be a touchdown for Vanderbilt. And the corner gives up on the play. I can't believe that just happened. He gives up on the play. He thinks he goes out of bounds, but he lets him go. And this is what happens when you try to get too fancy with it here. And that's a huge play. Now that interception, that stupid double pass turns out to be a huge play in this game. It is good. So we are tied 7-7 when we don't need to be. Just a poor effort by the Gators defense there. That is absolutely unacceptable. And I think it's Marshall. It is Marshall. He thinks he goes out of bounds, but he just lets him go. A complete lack of effort there from Marshall. That is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it looks like Shepard grabbed his helmet on the trying to break free of him, but you still can't let him get like that. You can't let him break free and just do whatever he wants. Oh my goodness gracious. That was terrible. And we have a game. And it returns to the 20-yard line. Gene gets it. And it is not after just a promising start, after getting a stop, getting a touchdown, and then getting another 3 and out. It just goes completely in the other direction with just overdoing it with fancy passes. I don't understand that. Just get the ball down the field. Oh, excuse me. All right. Now the Gators offense comes back onto the field. Mertz looks to be Wilson. Whoa, and a nice play there. He gets 9. Here we go. Another 9-yard gain. Mertz fakes the handoff, gets it over to Jackson, and Jackson gets a first down. He is down at the 40-yard line. And these are the type of plays that I really wanted to see from Florida here. These quick little plays here, nice fake handoff, sell it to the defense, and maybe seeing what your skill players can do. None of that fancy crap right now. You do that when you're up 34-0. You don't do that when you're only up 7-0 against the SEC opponent. Here we go. Mertz again. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's looking deep. He's going to throw it to the sideline where he has got Wilson wide open, and Eugene Wilson in his first game back with a lot of looks since really the Tennessee game. He didn't play these last 2 weeks. So this is his first bit of action since then, and they're looking like they're trying to get him going into the offense and at least maybe seeing what could happen there. And Mertz is dropped for a sack. And it'll be, looks like he tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but it's still going to be a loss of a few yards. So you're still looking at a 3rd and short. Here we go. Mertz takes the snap back to throw. He's going to look, throws it to Johnson, but it's going to be in the backfield, and he's going to break tackles, but it's not going to be enough. And I don't understand on a 3rd and short, you're throwing it to the flat like that on that specific when the defense is giving you that look. I don't get it. And Montrell looks rough today, folks. I mean, besides that run in the pass catching department, he has looked absolutely rough. It has not been looking good for him so far. So the punt trickles into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. Here with 2:44 to go, Gators and Vanderbilt are tied. Just pure, utter laziness from Marshall on that one. That is just not good play. And if you're a Gator fan, you have to be nervous right now because it does not look good. The offense does not look good. And it's one of those type of situations where it really looks shaky again. So looking at an update on it, and it looks like UCLA is up on Washington State. They're up 9-3. Thinking about it, I might have picked UCLA. I don't know. But they're up 9-3, and it looks like they're driving as they have a 2nd and goal from the 5 of Washington State. So they're looking to put themselves up in a really good position against Washington State. Florida State continues to beat on their lesser opponents as Virginia Tech is getting crushed 22-0 at the beginning of the 2nd quarter. It looks like another blowout for them. Looking at it, Alabama has scored. They're up 10-3. Like I said, they're still up 10-3. North Carolina is up 17-0 over their ACC competitors, Syracuse. Those are the scores right now. Looking around the other leagues at this point in time. Other scores around the ACC, you have Marshall trailing North Carolina State 28-24. You have Clemson up 7-3 on Wake Forest. And that's all there is right now from the ACC. Looking at the Big 12. The Big 12, Kansas is currently up on UCF 3-0. I find it hilarious how UCF decided to join the Big 12 thinking they were going to get somewhere, and turns out they didn't. So much for them. Looking at the Big 10, you're looking at Iowa coming off of their win last week, and after their embarrassing loss to Penn State, they are up 10-0 over Purdue. Wisconsin beats up on Rutgers. They beat Rutgers 24-13. They are now 4-1. And then from yesterday, Nebraska beats Illinois 20-7, as Nebraska is now even at 3-3, while Illinois drops to 2-4 and 0-3 in their conference. Basically a death wish or death sentence, really. Now looking at the Pac-12, looking at the matchups later, and oh my goodness, it looks like a pick six for Washington State right before the half. Unbelievable. It is a pick six for Washington State. Dante Moore throws an INT, and now the Cougars will have a chance to go up 10-9 before half. Wow. Now we're back at it here, Seals. He's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Alexander, who goes up the middle for a gain of about 3. Here we go back to throw. It's batted in the air, and it's going to be incomplete. Vanderbilt crying for a penalty there. But, oh my gosh. Okay, so looking at that touchdown to Shepard, Marshall, he still has to finish the play, but that looked like an obvious hands to the face, a grab of the face mask by Shepard, dragging the corner, dragging Marshall down basically and taking him out of the play, taking him out of his stride. And that was it from there. Whether you got, I mean, you still got to finish the play as a cover corner, but still, that is absolutely ridiculous and should have been called, but it wasn't. 3rd down and 7 now for Vanderbilt. Here we go. Commodores. Seals takes the snap. He's going to get pressured, heavy pressure by the edge rusher. And he's still rolling. He's running around. And it's incomplete. He gets the ball off on a nice throw, but Shepard can't come down with it. And that will be. And wait a second. There is a flag. Oh, and they're going to call roughing the passer on the defense. Absolute ridiculousness there. Unbelievable. They're not going to call the hold. Oh my gosh. And Banks should be sat. A drive ending play as he's on the sideline getting chewed out. Banks probably done for a while after a very dumb, poor decision play from him on that one. After the quarterback Seals let go of the ball, he just checks him with his shoulder and puts him in the ground. That is unacceptable and very disappointing. Just undisciplined play so far for the Gators here. Here we go, Seals. Man in motion. Back to throw. Now he's going to hand it off. Here we go. He's going to get there, and they're going to take him down for only a 1-yard gain. That was a play last week, a run to the outside where Davis just absolutely killed our defense. But right now, it looks like we're very much improved. Granted, Davis is a lot better than Alexander, but still, it's still good to see. Here we go. Takes the snap. Empty backfield. Seals looking. Really no pressure. Now they finally bring the pressure. He's going to toss it out of bounds into safety. It is going to be an incomplete pass. So another 3rd down for the Gator defense to try to get them off the field and get the offense going. And it's a big 3rd down and 9. Here we go, a 3rd down and 9. Here we go, back to throw. Seals, looks, throws, and he is wide open. It is a catch and a 1st down for the Commodores at the Gators 49. And that is just a poor effort on defense right there. They left him wide open. And it looks like a quick no huddle here. Fake the shovel pass. He's going to throw it again. Oh, my gosh. He throws it out of bounds. I don't know what the height of the ball was, but, I mean, Williams just completely missed a possible interception opportunity there. But then again, I don't know. The ball looked high. Here we go. 2nd and 10, incomplete pass. After the incomplete pass, another shotgun look. Seals calling motions, calling signals, calling motions. There's a man in motion. Here he goes, going to hand it off up the middle, and the freshman Alexander will get about 4 or 5 on the play. So it's a 3rd down now. Another opportunity for the Gators defense to get off of the field. And right now, you need to get off of the field. The defense or the offense is slow right now. The offense is not really they looked great on the first drive, and then after that, it's been kind of just a mess of just experimentation calls. You got to get off the field now. You have to get off the field. And as we are here about 2 seconds ago in the first quarter, it looks like they're going to run it out. They will. As we head into the second quarter, Florida just not looking overall good after those first few drives. They looked fantastic, but right now they just don't look good. They do not look good offensively right now, and they're shaky on defense at best. And it looks like, excuse me, looks like Virginia Tech has a 1st and goal. Excuse me. A 1st and goal with about 11 minutes to go in the second quarter there down in Tallahassee, with a chance maybe to get something in the end zone and get on the board. If you're looking at a comeback for them, they definitely need a touchdown. And looking at it now, Max Johnson in Texas A&M gets a big touchdown for them to be able to tie the game there against Alabama and College Station. And looks like Texas A&M is really getting in on the quarterback right now. I mean, as of right now, they've got a lot of sacks. That's all I've been seeing is just sacks. And right now, Texas A&M, their defense is really flying to the football right now. They have 3 sacks and 4 tackles for a loss right now. So Texas A&M playing good defense here, trying to get into the top 25. I mean, if a win today against Alabama not only knocks Alabama maybe out of the top, probably not, only due to the fact that it's Alabama, so you're not really going to see them. You're not really going to see Alabama drop out of the top 25 unless they're at 500 exactly. I mean, that's that Nick Saban Alabama effect. But if Texas A&M were to win today in a big conference game like this, it would put them in the driver's seat of the SEC West at 5-1. So just something to look at. I mean, you're looking at, if things go crazy today, you could be right now, the SEC championship game could look like Kentucky versus Texas A&M, which is something that I don't care what fandom you're a part of, whether it's A&M, whether it's Kentucky, I don't care. There's no way you were thinking that was going to be a matchup. But I mean, that's how college football is. Depending on how it goes, I mean, that's what it could look like. But right now, Texas A&M looking good. Max Johnson, a solid quarterback. Shocked that really at LSU let him go. But I mean, Jaden Daniels is something else completely. But right now, though, at the end of the first quarter, Florida again looks disappointing. And let's just say this needs to be a win for Billy Napier, or else the negative portion of Florida fans will definitely be calling for his head after today's game. So Vanderbilt has the ball on a 3rd and 5 at the start of the second quarter. Here we go. Seals back to throw. He's getting heavily pressured. He's just going to toss it in the air. It's going to be out of bounds. and they are now looking at a fourth down and a punt situation. No flags, thankfully. A drive that should have ended a long time ago, but unfortunately, stupid decisions and undisciplined play causes the drive to continue. Now, this situation, you need to watch for a fake punt. This is a type of a team that you really need to be careful of. They're going to pull out some crazy stuff out of their hats, and it looks like they're going for it. Okay, so Vanderbilt will go for it. It looks like they're going to try to draw them off sides. 7 seconds to go. And, yep, it looks like, yep, and they were trying to draw them off sides to get a first down. It did not happen. It did not succeed. So Vanderbilt will call a timeout as they will be forced to punt now. Great discipline by the Gators D-line. Great discipline overall. Stay watching that football. No matter what you hear, just watching the football. But now, even though it's still a punting situation, you still need to watch for fakes. You need to watch for fakes right now because you do not need a crazy play that gives all of the momentum right now to the Commodores. Right now, it's up in the air. You don't know. It's kind of flipped back and forth so far, but right now, you cannot afford to let the Commodores get any kind of momentum here. Mississippi State beats up on Western Michigan. Well, not really. 41-28. Probably something that they were not. I mean, that's a closer game than a lot of people would expect against a team like Western Michigan. And here we go. And they're still going to go for it. They're still going to go for it. Here we go. There's about 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Here we go. Now it's down to 5. They take the snap. Here we go. Big fourth down play. And it's going to be a broken tackle for a first down. Oh, there's a fumble. There is a fumble. Yes! A huge forced turnover for the Florida Gators. So, after looking at it again, Virginia Tech only comes up with a field goal, so it's 22-3 in Tallahassee. But they looked at the replay to make sure it was a fumble, and it was. So you're looking at the second turnover of the day, or at least I believe that's the first. Sorry, they got that fumble back, but it is the first turnover of the day for the Vanderbilt Commodores. They're 13th overall in 6 games this year, after only having 5 through the first 6 games and 16 total last year. And just a great show of just taking care of the football. And so now Florida will take over after a big fourth down turnover from Vanderbilt. Here we go. Montreal in the backfield again. And they will hand it off to Montreal. He sees a hole. Up the middle he goes, and he gets a 9-yard gain on the play. I'm a little disappointed. I'm not sure. And North Carolina is just beating up on Syracuse as they're up 24-0 right now. And there is a Commodore down. And it looks like an injury to their secondary, which is something that they don't need, obviously. And looking at the later games of the top 25 right now, and I got to say, this Georgia-Kentucky game, it's honestly looking like it might decide who's going to be going to the SEC championship game in the East. Because right now, it's between those two teams. I don't see anybody else. One, I don't see Georgia losing 2 games. I don't. Maybe 2 games over the next 2 years, maybe? I don't know. But I do not see them losing 2 games this year. I can see Kentucky losing this game and maybe losing another. Who knows? They've looked great all year so far. But, I mean, this game is looking like it will decide who plays in the SEC title game. And I believe I still believe that Georgia will win in Athens, a big game for them. I don't think that they're going to fall in this one. Looking at the number 2 team in the nation, Michigan, they're heading over to Minnesota. Minnesota, a tough Big Ten opponent for them. I know that's not really something you'll hear very often. Very good brand of football right now. And I believe they will go to Minnesota, and beat and get their 6th win of the year and become 6-0. Probably have a couple votes for that number 1 spot, depending on how close the Georgia-Kentucky game is. Maybe they leap and get to number 1. Looking at the Arkansas Ole Miss game, I'm sorry, the Ole Miss is just ridiculous on offense. I don't think Arkansas can keep up with them, especially in Oxford at home. They're playing after a huge win over LSU, a big rival. I don't think Arkansas is going to be able to keep up. It's just simple. It's as simple as that. Notre Dame and Louisville. I mean, looking at their schedule here, Georgia Tech, Murray State, Indiana, Boston College, and NC State, not really strong opponents. They're besides the Murray State and Boston College victory, it's been very close for them in multiple games this year. They barely squeaked by NC State on the road, 13-10 last week. And NC State's not really an impressive team. They're a good team. They're not really impressive. So I think Notre Dame comes in there, and I think Notre Dame gets a big win. Looking at another game later on, Georgia Tech and Miami. Miami's favored by 19, and that is accurate. Their offense looks fantastic. What more can you say about their quarterback? Van Dyke has looked fantastic. Just over 1,000, 11 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Just great. And hand it off to Montreal, who gets a gain of 2. He will get the first down. But looking at it now, I don't think Georgia Tech will be able to keep up with the high-flying offense of Miami. So I see Miami really covering that and beating them up pretty good. Looking at Fresno State and Wyoming, a Mountain West matchup, which didn't think I'd talk about really. It's in Wyoming. I know I said Fresno State might win that game, but I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the underdog here. Fresno State is favored by 6, but I think Wyoming can pull it off. They're not favored at home. They're the underdog. I think Wyoming. Whoa. It looks like there's a bit of an issue on the field here. So going back to it, Mertz takes the snap, hands it off. Montrell Johnson sees the hole. He hops over 1 man, and he will get 5. Things are getting a little chippy out here. You just saw their D lineman have one of our O lineman guys in a headlock on the ground. So it's getting a little chippy out there. And a big game. Obviously, Florida looking to avenge that just unbelievable loss last year. We never lose to Vanderbilt. We never lose to Vanderbilt, period. We just don't. So, let's see what we can do here to maybe get some revenge. 2nd down and 6. Mertz in the shotgun again. Mertz takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson with the big hole, and he might be gone. And he will be taken down deep in Commodore territory. I think he's down at around the 20-yard line. It is a huge gain. I mean, thinking about it now, after remembering the injury to ETN, I mean, you knew that they were going to go heavy with Montrell today. Looking at it, it looks like it's going to be definitely inside the 20. Yep, at about the 18. Here we go. Mertz with Pearsall in motion, takes the snap, hands it off. It looks like Webb, the freshman, gets 8 on the play. A great rush up the middle by the freshman. Hometown kid, Trayon Webb, with a nice gain there. He hasn't had much time this year due to the two-headed monster that is ETN and Montrell Johnson. But, I mean, this kid looks like he has a lot of potential, and maybe he's probably, when Montrell does leave after this season, looks to be that number 2 guy with ETN. And here we go. A lot of motion for the Gators offense. Mertz alone in the backfield. Oh, no, never mind. He's got Webb behind him. Takes the snap. Pitch to the outside. Webb goes, and he will be out of bounds. Oh, man, that was close. And he will be out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Boy, oh boy, that was a close one, folks. A great run from Trayon Webb. And, yep, he did step out at the 2. Looking at the pylon camera here. And here we go. The Gators rushing back to the line. Here we go. Mertz fakes the handoff, looking. He's going to throw it to Boardingham, and it's a Gator touchdown. A huge touchdown to build up some confidence and get that momentum. I mean, we already got a little bit of it after the turnover, but boy, this drive really gets the momentum back on our side, and maybe we can finally break away and get a big win here. A huge drive, a great play design there, a lot of movement. I liked it. It's not too fancy like the double pass. We don't need any of that right now. Let's just play sound football where we don't turn the football over. And hey, you got to love it. And here we go. Trey Smack will come in. The ball is up and it is good. So Florida will lead 14-7 with just 10 minutes to go, 10:51 to go in the first half. The offense looked good on that last drive. The defense forcing turnovers. That is what you need. That is the recipe for success for the Gators to win this game. Now, looking at the other games in the top 25, Oregon State, 15th ranked, against unranked Cal. It is in Cal at Berkeley. Oregon State is favored by 7.5. I think they exceed that. They are a good team. Their quarterback, whose name I cannot pronounce, I'm not going to try because it's going to sound all choppy. But we'll just call him DU or DJ because I think that's his name, DJ. Yep, it's DJ. I'm just going to call him DJ. He's looking really good this year. Good season for him. Start to the season, 8 touchdown passes, 4 picks, a lot of yards being thrown from him. That Oregon State offense looks really good. And I think they exceed that 7.5 line right now. Then you have Arizona taking on USC at the Memorial at the LA Coliseum. Caleb Williams has been unstoppable. There has been nothing to show, no weakness really that says that USC can be stopped right now. I think USC, I said last week during the Patriots disaster, I said that Arizona might give them a fight, but just looking at USC and how stacked they are on offense, I don't think that Arizona stands a chance. I really don't. And Caleb Williams has been unbelievable this year. I mean, he's already he's honestly a game under 2,000 yards passing through 5 games. I mean, that's impressive. I mean, looking at him now, it looks like he's going to be a guy who's probably going to take home the Heisman right now. So I think USC jumps and leaps into the top 5 here with a big win maybe even the top 4, depending on how big their win is, especially after Texas drops. I mean, I don't know why FSU is still there. I mean, because it's FSU. But looking at it now, after that great drive from Florida, now the defense is going to come back out here and hopefully get a big stop. And wow, and Texas A&M takes the lead after trailing 10-3. Texas A&M puts up 2 scores, and they are now up 17-10 with 3:23 to go left in the first half. And Boardingham comes back after that just miserable drop on one of the first 2 drives where he had it in his hands and he just dropped it. He comes back and makes a great catch and gets into the end zone. And Smack will smack it out of the end zone. Here we go. Fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it, and a bad pass, but a smart play by Seals. He knew that everything was covered. The 2 guys that he was looking for in that type of play-action play were both covered, so a smart play on him. Great play by the defense, and just great all around by the defense. Seals now on a 2nd and long. Here we go. He hands it off, goes to the outside. Oh my gosh, there's space. And he will get a first down, and he's taken down at the 40-yard line. Came into this with the game plan of forcing the Gators to tackle in space. Plays like that one. Ball's not in jeopardy. Here we go. Another first down. Here goes Seals. Fakes the handoff. He's going to look deep. He's going to toss it deep in the air, down the field, and it's caught. And Jackson gets absolutely killed on the play. And that is going to be a first down and goal. And it looks like Seals is calling everybody to the line on like a no-huddle play. Somebody's got to call timeout on defense. They do. No, they don't. And Shepard, they get the coverage there in time. And a 2nd and goal. A great tackle there to prevent the touchdown, but this defense, again, is looking shaky right now. You don't like it. You don't like it at all. So hopefully we can force a turnover here or at least give up a field goal. Here we go. Seals in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Think he's going to go up the middle. Oh, he fakes it. And what a great play by the defense. What a hell of a fake by Seals. I thought that was a run up the middle. But he throws it to Sherrill, which is he's covered at the last moment. A great play by the defense to force the incompletion there. So now you're looking at a 3rd and goal here. The question is, are you looking at a 4th down situation where they try to go for it? I mean, Vanderbilt, you're 2-3. Do you really have anything to lose? They might go for it. Here we go. Seals Third down and goal from the 4-yard line. Florida looking to get a big stop here. Here we go, back to throw. Seals looking, getting pressured. No flag, and he has caught it, but it's out of bounds. Incomplete. So it is a 4th down for the Commodores at the 4. And I don't see them sending the kicking team in, so they look like they're going to be all in here. And they're still going to go for it here. Here we go. Vanderbilt already 0-1, even though they did get it, but they fumbled it right on that play. And it's incomplete! It is incomplete! Incomplete! What a defensive play. Great coverage. Jackson makes up for a horrendous play on the deep ball with 2 great coverage plays. One on the first and goal play where they tried to throw it on a slant, and then right here on the tight end, he comes up with a huge play to tap the ball out, hits him on the arm, taps the ball out, and it's incomplete. Florida will have a 1st down and 10 from their own 4. Boy, what a start here. This game's getting ridiculous, I swear. All right, looking around the other scores right now, any updates? And it's halftime in North Carolina, and boy, oh boy, they have blown it open. Syracuse coming in, and even though they're 0-1, but they are 4-1, but they have no chance and have standing no chance so far against North Carolina as they are up 27-0. Texas A&M, it is halftime there, and it's still 17-10 over Alabama. And then you have Virginia Tech up against Florida State. Virginia Tech with 56 seconds to go in the first half. They do have a 1st and goal from the Florida State 7. Maybe a touchdown there can get them within striking distance later in the game. Looks like they just got a gain of 2 yards all the way to the FSU 5, so we'll see what happens there. Washington State opens up the ball, and they are still winning 10-9 over UCLA. Let's see. That game could go either way now, honestly. I mean, those 2 teams are they're hotly contested in that matchup right now. All right. Looking at the NFL preview, since it's a bit of a commercial right now, I will give my thoughts and a preview of the upcoming games tomorrow and Monday night to see who wins on Sunday and Monday. Starting with, I'm going to go back to the Thursday night game between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. And wow, I'm happy I started DJ Moore. Very happy. Puts me in a very complete competitive edge right now. I'm very happy to have DJ Moore. Looking at it right now, I couldn't believe the Commanders and how they've really. It seems to me that times they're just there. They look so good, but then at other times you're just like, is this the same team? Like sometimes their defense looks top notch. Their D line, the talent they have is just through the roof. But looking at their overall, it just does not look good at times. And I mean, and yesterday and Thursday night was one of those days. I mean, losing 40-20 against a team that had lost 14 games in a row just is not good. It's not good football. And I mean, honestly, thinking back over the past, here we go. Florida's going to take it here. 1st down. Nice pass to the side there in the flat to Boardingham from Mertz, and it is a 1st down for the Gators at, I believe, either the 15 or the 16-yard line. Oof. Oof. That play. That was close. He really had it in his hands. Looking at that replay. Here we go. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Montreal. Montreal trying to find a hole. Not really a hole, but he still gets a yard. Gators really trying to – I don't know what they're doing right now. It seems like they're really trying to play conservative, run some clock. They're only up 14-7. I say you keep going for it. You keep put your foot on their necks, all right? Excuse me. You don't want any team to think there's any chance for them to come back in this game, all right? And that's – you can't take it easy on an SEC opponent. So it's 2nd and 9 here. Eugene Wilson is in motion. Nice pass. And Jackson tries to break a tackle, but he gets about 5. So you're going to look at a 3rd and 4 here with 7 minutes to go in the first half. The Gators trying little plays here to get going, but it looks like they're going no huddle here. Let's see what they do here. It's a 3rd and 2, actually. So it's a 7-yard gain. Must be some forward progress. Here we go. Mertz. Eugene Wilson in motion again. He's going to fake the handoff. A great fake. He's going to throw to Boardingham. Oh, no, that's not Boardingham. It is Montrell Johnson. After just 2 horrendous drops earlier in the game, he comes up with a big first down play there. Boy, that's what you need. That's what you need. And this guy, I knew he was going to be the focal point. Thinking back at it now, he should have known he was going to be the focal point after the injury to ETN and the rumor that he was not going to be playing in this game. But just, wow. Way to come back after 2 drops. Here we go. Mertz back to throw. He's going to fake it to the screen. Still looking, and it's going to be a call. He gets it off to Montreal again, but it's going to be obviously on Florida here. Just a bad play by the lineman. Even worse. It's not a hold. It's a hands to the face call on the offensive line. That's just not. Dang, man. You can't do that. Yeah, they call that, but they miss an obvious play on that touchdown from Vanderbilt, but that's just me. So it's now going to be a 1st and 25. All those big chunk yardage play that they just got from Montreal just seemingly just wipes away. Here we go. And they're going to throw it outside. It's just sloppiness. I don't know why you're going east and west on a play that's a 1st and 25. I just don't like that play call. I don't like that play call. Why do you go east and west? I mean, I prefer a draw up the middle over a play to the sideline like that on a 1st and long. And it gets it to Gene, and he only gets 2 yards on the play. I don't know why we're not throwing downfield. I don't know why we don't have a play set, or at least some kind of plays set aside for those type of situations. I just don't get it. So now you're looking at a 3rd and 23, and that penalty seems to have wiped away the drive, because this team has and this offense the play calling of Billy Napier right now just seems he's not willing to go downfield at all, which is so frustrating, because you have a solid receiver, Ricky Pearsall and Caleb Douglas, who have that ability to go up and above everybody. And you're not doing it. And Trayon Webb, just poor blocking, poor everything. That drive went to shit in a second. I don't get the play call. And now we're running clock. I don't get the conservative play. I don't. It makes no sense to me because it opens you up for a chance to give up a big play to the other squad, and like you never know. And it looks like it's going to be a great punt for the Gators, thankfully. But I mean, come on, guys. Are we not going to have any kind of stones to throw downfield? You have Ricky Pearsall, who has the ability to get downfield and make big plays. You have Caleb Douglas, who has the ability to go up and catch over anybody. And you're still not doing anything. You're still doing these dip and dunk shit. I mean, it's so frustrating. Come on, take a chance. Just take one chance to go downfield. Take one chance. And not some stupid double pass shit where your running back floats the ball up that anybody from the stands can come down and grab. Like, come on. I don't get the mindset of this offensive play calling. I don't get it. Why are you so safe? Why are you so safe? You need to take risks. Stop being so fucking safe with it. Can we play like we want to win? Can we be aggressive? Can we show any kind of aggression whatsoever? It's so frustrating to see. It really is, because now you're putting more pressure on the defense when you're doing these stupid side plays where the blocking really isn't all there. I'm sorry, these guys, these skill players, they're not the best blockers in the world. So there's no point in trying to do those plays to the sidelines. Unless they're going to break and they're going to pull off Reggie Bush type plays or Jeff Demps type speed and just beat through everybody. That's not going to happen. Maybe Eugene Wilson will do it, but not. I'm sorry, that's just not going to happen with everybody else. I just don't get it. I don't get the mindset of him. I don't get it. I don't get Napier's mindset. I really don't. And it's so frustrating to see because I defend him through and through. I'm not on that train where we fire him. We fire him after he's still trying to build a foundation here. I don't subscribe to that idiotic opinion. But come on, man. Come on. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. It's so frustrating to see. But going back to the NFL scores right now, or the NFL preview, once again, the Commanders disappoint. I mean, again, I see that they're still a above average to good quarterback away from really like making noise. But until then, I mean, Sam Howell is going to be their choice, I guess. All right. Then you have at 6:30 or 9:30 Eastern time, Jacksonville over in England at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, taking on the Bills. I think the Bills win that one. I think they do. I don't know if Bills are on a really big tear right now. They look unstoppable on offense. Their defense looks fantastic. They're probably, along with the San Francisco 49ers, the after last week, I see them and the Niners as the two most complete teams in the NFL. So I say Buffalo. Houston taking on the Falcons. Oh, never mind. I guess we're back at it here. Here we go. Seal's going to hand it off to Alexander, and they're going to get him for only a gain of 2. All right. 14-7 so far. Vanderbilt has the ball inside their own 10. There we go back. He's going to hand it off again. Playing it safe, it looks like the Commodores are. They're going to hand it off to Alexander, who gets another gain, about 3 or 4 maybe. So you're looking at a 3rd and short. So it's another 3rd down opportunity for Vanderbilt to convert. They've struggled greatly. Florida has really clamped down at times on 3rd down here. And I mean, a big play here, and who knows, a big sack here. And we're looking at an opportunity to get the ball at midfield with Pearsall on a punt. So it's a 3rd and 4 after the 4-yard gain. They're 1 for 5 on 3rd down so far. So here we go. Seals back to throw. He's going to throw a quick one. And I hate when they don't draw the lines. So it is a 4th down and 1. Obviously, due to the location of the ball where they're at right now, they obviously cannot go for it here unless they really want to try to, if they're really trying to be aggressive and they do some sort of fake punt. So Florida will call their first timeout with 2.5 to go in the first half. Florida is looking maybe to put some points on the board. I'm hoping for a touchdown. I don't want a field goal. I'm tired of field goals. Trey Smack, I love him. He's great. He's been great ever since he took over, but I'm sorry. I'm looking for touchdowns here. So Pearsall in the back, ready to return. Oh my gosh, what a punt. And Pearsall will get it to the 25-yard line. Pearsall just drops as tackler got a good hold of him on his arm, really on his forearm. I could have jarred the ball loose, but a good play by Pearsall to just drop to prevent any possible of holy crap. So the punter for the Commodores, Matthew Haybill, a ridiculous stat that the only player in NCAA football to pass 11,000 punt yards in his career. Just wow. You got to give that guy credit. I mean, granted, that means he punts a lot. All right, so Gators will take over here. It looks like they're at their own 28. Montreal gets about 2 or 3 on the play. Here we go. Another play here. It's 14-7. Florida leads it over Vanderbilt. 2:10 to go. Mertz takes the snap. He's going to throw it to the sideline to Jackson, who's not going to get the first down, but he gets some yardage, a couple yards. So it's going to be a 3rd and short here at 2 minutes. So the question is, are the Florida Gators just going to give up another drive here? I mean, I can't stand the conservative play. It's driving me nuts. It honestly, I mean, thinking it might not show it, but it's honestly driving me mental. Here we go. Mertz takes the snap. He's going to try to get away. He flicks it to Boardingham, who has a catch at midfield. And okay, there's something going on here. Boardingham, great play by. Yeah, it's obvious. Okay, boarding. So what was happening was. So there's no evidence of the ball popping loose until after Boardingham is on the ground. So looking at it here, I don't see any kind of reason for a replay here. And so obviously there isn't. Okay, so Mertz takes the snap. He's going to throw it to Boardingham again, who gets out of bounds, short of the first down by a yard, but still a solid pickup of 9 yards. They're really getting Boardingham involved today in the short game, which is nice, but I still want to see some downfield stuff. So there's about 1 minute and 13 seconds to go. 2nd and 1. The Gators are on the Commodores' 37-yard line. So hopefully, it looks like Pearsall is lining up to the outside. So let's see what happens here. Oh, no, never mind. Jackson's to the outside. Pearsall's in the slot. Boardingham in motion. Setting up an extra blocker. Wilson in motion again. Takes the snap. Fakes it. He's going to throw downfield. There's a flag down. And a bad throw by Mertz, but there is a flag. And there's a hands to the face penalty on the defense. So it is a first down, a huge penalty for Florida that falls in their favor. So the minute 10 to go, the Gators get even closer. They're definitely in field goal range right now if they don't take a sack. If they don't take any sacks, they still have an opportunity for a field goal here. But the ultimate goal should be touchdown right now. So the minute 10 to go, let's see what they decide to do. They have 2 timeouts remaining, so maybe they do a run play here on first down to see what they can get up the middle, so we'll find out here. Here we go. Montreal is in the backfield with Mertz. Man in motion, and it's going to be a pass. And Trey Wilson breaks one tackle. He will get out of bounds, smartly getting out of bounds after a 6-yard gain. What a play. I think it's 6 yards. Don't quote me. And the Gators are officially in the red zone with a minute 4 here. And looks like a no huddle here. It will be a 5-yard gain on the play. Great play by Eugene Wilson. Here we go. Ricky Pearsall lining up. Looks like he's on the outside. Wilson is in the slot along with Gene, who's also in the slot. And I think Jackson at the bottom of the screen is also on the outside. Here we go. Wilson in motion. They're going to hand it off to the outside. Montreal finds a hole, but only gets about 4. So Florida's going to call a timeout here on a 3rd and short. It looks like a 3rd and 1. Here we go. There we have a final score. Oh, it's baseball. Here we go, Mertz. And Eugene in motion fakes the shovel pass. He's got Jackson open, wide open, and it is overthrown. Oh my gosh! There is a flag, and Mertz looks like he got hit again after the whistle. It is roughing the passer on the defense. I'm trying to see the replay here. Mertz again. Mertz has been taking a beating all year. He has really been getting hit. He got destroyed last week at Kentucky on a few no calls. Here we go. Oh, and looks like a helmet high to the chest into the face mask area. So almost a hold. Wow, that is a dangerous hit on the quarterback as Mertz takes the hit. No wonder the ball was overthrown. So you're looking at a 1st and goal here with only 53 seconds to go. A couple penalties have fallen in our favor, but that's just how it goes, unfortunately for them. Here we go. Mertz looking. He's going to get out of there. Ooh, wait, move in the pocket. Throws to the back of the end zone. He throws it out of bounds. Just a great play by Mertz to get out of the pocket, get out of the way. He really has a good sense of where he's at. What a play. He really just juked out a defender that was coming behind him that he probably didn't even see. Wow. A great play by Mertz, who felt the pressure, but he got the ball out. Smart play. Here we go. 46 seconds to go in the first half. A second and goal now. Montreal breaking tackles, and he's got a Florida Gator touchdown. Florida again gets on the board right before the half, and also getting the ball back at the start of the second half with a chance to double them up. What a great drive. What a great drive. Obviously, we were helped by a couple of calls here and there, but hey, I'll take it. A great drive for Florida, and we're looking good here going into the half after a couple of bad drives here. And here we go. Trey Smack is coming in. Kick is up, and it is good. So Florida leads 21-7 right before the half. 41 seconds to go over the Commodores. All right. So the kickoff, it looks like to be a touchback. Vanderbilt will take over. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Seals. He's going to fake the handoff and get out of bounds. And Virginia Tech, by the way, did score. They are up, or they trail now 22-10 at halftime in Tallahassee. A good way to finish the half for them that has looked really bad. So maybe they can get something going and get maybe even pull off a hilarious upset. Here we go. Seals takes the snap. He's going to toss it. Screen pass. Oh, boy. And they're down at midfield. He gets it to Patrick Smith, and he gets all the way for a big first down run after that screen play. So they're going to go no huddle here. They have only 2 timeouts remaining and 24 seconds to go. And the clock is still running. I don't know why they didn't call a timeout. Here we go. Back to throw. Seals looking. He's going to toss it. A great defensive play. Great defensive play to block that play. or block that catch. So it's a 2nd and 10 with 15 seconds to go. It was looking like to be a back shoulder really throw, but I mean, it was just well covered. All right. At halftime, I'll go into what I think about this game so far, while also going into in depth about what I think the NFL, the games are going to go tomorrow for the NFL, and obviously I'll keep track this time finally. And Seals just escapes a strip sack, and oof. And are they going to call a timeout? They are at midfield, so they're going to call a timeout. Here we go. This should be the final play of the first half, so we don't know what's going to happen here yet. Here we go, Seals. 3rd and 4. Low snap. Back to throw. For a pressure. He's going to get sacked. And there is a loose football. Vanderbilt will hop on it, but there's no point. That is the end of the first half for Florida Gators as they lead it 21-7. Got a little nerve-wracking after that big deep throw by Shepard on the long 85-yard touchdown, but the Gators managed to hold off and to recover from it on defense. Their offense shows some good plays at times. They show some confusion at times, but I will talk about that in a minute. So first, looking at the scores around the NFL or the around the college football right now, around the top 25. Right now, Washington State is up 17-12 over UCLA. You have Florida State, who should be a little bit nervous now after the excellent. Looks like Virginia Tech returned the opening kickoff of the second half back for a touchdown. So Florida State is only up 22-17 right now. Hey, go Hokies. Pull off that upset. Beat FSU. Alabama right now has the ball currently in a tightly contested matchup here. Looks like they have a first down and 10 at the Texas A&M 11 as they trail 17-10. Coming up with the North Carolina game, they are up 30-7 in a huge blowout victory. It looks like they're going to take that one, obviously. Their quarterback, May, has a solid 319-yard game with 2 touchdown passes. We're a few hours away from the big matchup of the SEC, Kentucky heading over to Athens for the biggest game really of the season for the SEC East. I know Georgia's favored by 15 points, but I mean, they've been kind of slow at times out of the gate. So it's going to be a close one, a lot closer than the 15 line score. But I still think that Georgia is going to win the game only by a few, maybe like 4 to 7 points. Now, looking at the NFL score or the NFL schedule for tomorrow, after they talked about the disappointing game for the Commanders, I say that Bills will beat Jacksonville. Bills are one of the most complete teams in football, them and the San Francisco 49ers. There's really no two better teams than that right now in the NFL. Looking at the Houston Texans going down to Atlanta for a game against the struggling Falcons. Now, the Falcons, they are 2-0 at home, but these last few games, their offense has really just not looked good. And, I mean, what's his name? For some reason, Desmond Ritter has really struggled this year. He played really poorly against Jacksonville, and that ended up in a really bad loss for them. But I say Houston will come down there and to Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium and beat the Atlanta Falcons. I think that C.J. Stroud he's surprised me. I didn't expect him to play this well, but we'll see. I mean, he continues to impress me with his ability to play in the NFL at the NFL level. I mean, he's already at 1,200 yards. He's just played very well this year. Looking at the next game, Detroit is hosting the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are struggling. Detroit is on a high, just on a really big, very well. They're playing very well overall right now. I see Detroit winning at home over the Carolina Panthers, and Detroit continuing to push that lead and put the pressure on not only the Packers, but most importantly, the Vikings in the NFC North as a way to catch up. So that's what I feel about that. Looking at the Tennessee Titans visiting Lucas Oil Stadium to take on the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going Colts all the way. The Indianapolis Colts. Obviously, I'm kind of sympathetic towards the Colts due to the fact that, I mean, AR, he's there. He's playing very well, even though he's looking like he did when he played at Florida. He's having overall great games yardage-wise, but you're looking at his passing when he's 11 for 25. I mean, you're thinking, QBR is going to be a bit down. And, I mean, but that's just how it is. But I think the Colts will take that one in a tightly contested matchup against their division rivals of the Titans. The Titans have really not looked good this year. I mean, they beat a team against Cincinnati last week that they just look absolutely horrible. Cincinnati looks like they're a mess right now. The injury in the offseason and training camp to Burrow looks to have really affected the flow on offense. So it just doesn't look good. But I mean, I don't trust Tennessee. I really never have. And I mean, Derrick Henry hasn't looked himself this year. So I'm going to take Indianapolis. Going down to Miami. Giants going down to Miami. Yeah, that might be another slaughter, honestly. The Giants' offensive line is a joke. I mean, I thought the Patriots' offensive line was bad, but that offensive line is so terrible. Miami is favored by 12.5, but I see Miami blowing them out by at least 3 touchdowns. I see no way, shape, or form that the Giants come in to Hard Rock Stadium and show anything against the Miami Dolphins. Obviously, this one I'm going to be biased towards, but the Saints going up to Foxborough against New England. There's been a lot of craziness in the media this week when it comes to, is Bill Belichick finally on the hot seat? Is he done? Does he need to be shown the door? Honestly, right now, I don't think now's the time to show Bill Belichick the door. It's kind of pointless to do that because I'm sorry. I always ask the same question when it comes to people saying, oh, Bill Belichick needs to be fired. Okay, who are you going to hire as a replacement? Who are you going to hire that's going to give you a better chance to succeed right now than Bill Belichick? Who out there is available to be able to do that? I don't see anybody right now that has that ability to do that right now. I mean, right now I'm looking at Gerard Mayo as the successor to Belichick when that time comes, when he does decide to retire. Hopefully Mayo can he brings the same kind of ideology on defense, but I'm wondering what he'll do to the offense if he'll kind of modernize it a bit. And depending on whoever our quarterback is at this point, because right now it looks like Mac Jones might not be our quarterback next year the way he's playing, unfortunately. Looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting at Heinz Field, not whatever the hell they renamed it to. They're hosting a division matchup against the Baltimore Ravens. The offense for the Pittsburgh Steelers has been a joke. They have been absolutely just horrible. Matt Canada is probably one of the worst offensive coordinators in football. Um, Hopefully, he drags down Mike Tomlin with him. Those two overrated head coach, but I see Baltimore coming there and Lamar Jackson running all over that team. I mean, that defense is going to get tired, and that offense they just look so bad. Pittsburgh, I think they fall at home to Baltimore, and they fall to 2-3, and they further fall down in their standings there. The Eagles heading to LA at SoFi to take on the Rams. Now, this is an interesting matchup because you have two very talented teams. You have a great offense with the Rams. After starting off slow, they've really kind of found their stride. You have the Eagles, who are more of just like a complete team as it pertains to offense of being able to run the ball and throw the ball, and just very well put together team. I see the Eagles coming out and struggling, honestly. I think their defense, this is really the first time that their defense is going to face, they're really going to face a solid, complete offense, I think. I think the offense of the Rams, even though they did start off slow, I think they're better than the Vikings right now. Vikings offense. Obviously, their defense struggled against New England later in that game, even though New England kind of shot themselves in the foot on a consistent basis. The Buccaneers offense has been up and down all season long. So I think the Rams might pull off a shocker and get that big win over the defending NFC champions. Now, looking at another game here. Looking at the Bengals and Cardinals. I mean, it's in Glendale. Cardinals, the one thing, even though they were expected to lose damn near every single game by a lot of metrics, they've been predicted to lose almost every single game. But I still see them playing another hard-fought game and playing a close game here. I mean, just besides that 49ers game, which I mean, anybody is going to struggle against the 49ers, but they've been playing close, contested football and losing in the final moments of the first 2 weeks of the season after blowing that big lead against the Giants and then losing in a close one against Washington and then upsetting the Dallas Cowboys, which nobody saw coming. But I think they continue that trend where, I mean, Cincinnati has not looked good. I mean, they got a win off of LA somehow. But right now, I say Arizona should be the favorite in that one. I know I might look crazy for it, but the way they've been playing right now, they've been playing excellent. They've been playing great football. They've been playing hard, and they haven't. I mean, they just been playing well. They've been playing hard. They don't give up. They see the predictions and they see what they're supposed to be, but they don't fall into that trap. They play hard all game, every day. But yeah, so I think Arizona's going to upset Cincinnati. I don't know why Arizona isn't favored in that game. I think it's literally just the names on the offense of Cincinnati and the players that they have, where you look at it and I mean, looking at it on paper, yeah, you see Cincinnati by a mile, but the way they've been playing this year, it's not good. So I say Arizona. And also crazy rumors about Jamar Chase requesting to be traded. Who knows where that's going to go? Now, looking at another game, the Denver Broncos against the New York Jets. The New York Jets, after watching that game against the Chiefs, they looked like they were robbed. Honestly, some of the penalties, you're just like, come on. So I mean, it was not a good game. So I think the Jets, I think that affects them because the Broncos overall has been playing good football, but I still think the Jets go to Denver Mile High, and I think they beat the Denver Broncos in a close game. All right. Now, going back to it, you have the Chiefs going up to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis to take on the Vikings. Uh, the Vikings defense has been really, they haven't been good this year. They really haven't. Um, and the offense has struggled at times. I mean, they lucked out honestly against Carolina. Carolina is just not a good team. All right, so I gotta go to bed. All right, go to bed, buddy. Go to sleepies. Yep, go to sleepies. No, I not gonna play with you. No, I'm not gonna watch you. Okay. No, I want to take him back. So, good night, buddy. So the Minnesota game, I mean, you can't. I really wouldn't bet against Patrick Mahomes. You should never bet against Pat Mahomes. I don't know why anybody would. I mean, he struggled last week. I mean, the hoopla around the whole Taylor Swift crap. I mean, which is ridiculous at this point. All right, so I say KC over Minnesota. Looking at by far the most intriguing matchup for this week, really, and of the season, honestly. Old school rivalry of the NFC, Cowboys, 49ers, Levi Stadium. Like I said, I mean, the one thing that I point out for the Cowboys that they really struggle in is their red zone offense. The red zone offense, it was pointed out a lot this year, but I mean, it's for them, it's been really it's been a struggle for them. They have not been able to get anything going on in the red zone and really finish drives. So, looking at it, I see the 49ers as one of the most, if not the most complete team in football next to Buffalo. I say the 49ers win at home, go to 5-0, continue their streak here, um, and let the media circus in Dallas just have at it. Monday Night Football, you got an interesting game here. I mean, you got the Packers, more like a Jekyll and Hyde team. At times, the Packers just look really good, and then there are times that it's just like, what are you doing? They just look really bad. And I mean, thinking about it, I mean, looking at the injuries here, looking at how Devontae Adams is right now, he is questionable to play this game, which I mean, and it looks, I'm not sure about Jimmy Garoppolo, but looking at it here, um, right now, it's looking like Jimmy G is going to play. But there's a big question mark for me, and that's the injury to Devontae Adams. And right now, Jordan Love, he looks good at times, and at times he looks kind of rough. They really don't have a solid run game, but the just kind of like the mess of the Raiders. They're just like, I don't know what it is. They just don't look like a good team. I mean, they can have all the big names they want, but they just don't look like a big team. So honestly, I'm going to say Green Bay will beat the Raiders in the $1 billion turd that they built for themselves. So Allegiant Stadium. But yeah, I see the Raiders again falling apart. The seat for Josh McDaniels goes from hot to holy shit, I'm on fire. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, yikes! It's just that team is a mess, and I mean they've been a mess for many years now. Just the Raiders just aren't the Raiders. They have that whole stupid saying "just win, baby," but they never do that anymore. So. All right, going back to the scores of the NCAA. Those are my NFL picks for the week. Let me know what you think if anybody's watching. UCLA has the ball. They're driving deep into Washington State territory, but Washington State still has a 17-12 lead heading into the fourth quarter. Florida State scored, unfortunately. They're up 29-17 midway through the third quarter. They look like they have a 4th and 1 in deep in Virginia Tech territory, so we'll see what happens there. Alabama is in the red zone against Texas A&M in a tied 17-17 game. North Carolina just scored on a 76-yard touchdown pass from Drake May to whatever the hell their receiver's name was. So that puts May over the 400-yard mark for that game. And that's what you're looking at right now for top 25 matchups. I mean, it's looking like a good day of football. Beautiful day. Now, going back to what I think about the Gators so far, the Gators offense, I think in this second half, they need to take chances. They need to take chances in this game. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. I mean, you're up by 2 scores. Your defense is playing well. They're starting to really kind of figure out how to play against this offense. You have to go for it here. You have to go for a deep pass. You need to go for some kind of aggression on offense here. Enough with the running of the clock, because that's what gives the defense confidence to really show, like, hey, do we really have a chance in this game? So I see you gotta keep fighting, and you gotta go deep. You gotta go hard for it. Okay, so we'll see what happens. I mean, the miscues from the Commodores is obvious. They're not really looking. They're looking very sloppy as a team, but at times we look very sloppy as well. I mean, we give them extra chances. I mean, on that one drive where we had a rush or the roughing the passer penalty. I mean, you can't have those type of plays here. I mean, you can't. All right. Trying to look at what's going on here with the FSU game. Tech takes a timeout, which is interesting. And for the moment of the game, don't know what's going on there. All right.
Deny the Commodores the end zone. Otherwise, it's a different football game that we're talking about. A one-score game. Instead, Gators able to double up on those possessions right there. Second down to start here in the third quarter with the ball. Yeah, Florida.
Here we go. The kick is away. We are underway in the second half. Gators lead it 21-7 as they take over here for their first drive. They've been pretty even offensively at 126 yards on the ground, 138 yards passing, 13 first downs. They've been pretty good on third down conversions of 4 of 6, and they've owned the time of possession so far. I mean, there's nothing more you can say. And besides that deep pass, that 85-yard pass, Vanderbilt really hasn't been able to do anything. So let's see what happens here. Here we go. Mertz in the shotgun. We got another man in motion. Looks like Boardingham, maybe. Looks like a run formation. Pure solid motion. Oh, no. Good, solid fake. And, I mean, they wanted to take a shot downfield, but the pass protection just kind of fell apart on Mertz. And, oh, no. Mertz is hurt. Mertz is hurt. And this is huge, folks. This is really big here. Mertz looks shaken up. And honestly, if you're looking at this as Billy Napier, this is a nightmare situation right now because he is not a type of guy who becomes aggressive with his backup quarterback. That just does not happen. So we'll see what happens here. We might be going run heavy the rest of the game. So Mertz is heading off the field. The question is, who's going to be the backup? I don't know if it's Jack Miller. I don't know. We'll find out. Oh, boy, this is huge, folks. This is absolutely huge. And it will be Max Brown. Oh, man. Oh, man. So Max Brown is in the game. Obviously, you're looking at a game-managing situation here. So we'll see what happens. He's a redshirt freshman, and you're already looking at it right here, folks. I mean, false start on the offense, 2nd and 16 right now. I mean, already, literally off of the jump, it is a pre-snap penalty. Man, that's just frustrating to see. So, looking at a 2nd and very long, probably a run play here. No, they don't want to risk it, especially where they're at on their own end zone, basically. I mean, 2nd and 16. Here we go. Max Brown in the shotgun. Looks like Montrell with him in the back. And it will be a run. And Johnson, he fights for some extra yards, and he will get about 3 on the play. 2 or 3. So a 3rd and long here. You're probably going to see one of those irritating screen passes, one of those plays to the flat where they're expecting their play to, or their Eugene Wilson or Ricky Pearsall to juke 20 guys. So that's what we'll probably see here. So Max Brown is calling signals. He's got Montrell to his right. Hope this kid studied up. Looks like he's changing the play. And Montrell gets another big chunk, but not enough for a first down. I mean, you knew it right away when Mertz went down. When Mertz went down, there was no point. There was no point to this drive. All they wanted to do, they were so deep in their own end zone, or close to their own end zone. I mean, there's no point in really doing anything. So you're still looking at there's a field goal for Florida State. Shit. UCLA does score, but they do not get the 2-point conversion. So you're looking at an 18-17 lead for UCLA early in the 4th quarter. Oh, no. And he splits the defenders and gets it up for a nice gain for the Commodores. 1st and 10 for them. So this game is going to turn into really on the back of the defense here. This defense has to come in hard and really lead us to victory here. The Commodores, they see the opportunity now. They know that the Florida offense is going to be basically, they're not going to be doing anything. They're not going to be aggressive. So we'll see what happens. So Seals coming in along with the Commodore offense. Here we go. 1st and 10. A huge stop or a turnover here would be huge for the Gator defense and just for the momentum of the team. And whoa! It's a 9-yard game, but Jason Marshall getting a little too aggressive there. I don't like that. I mean, if you're on the road, that's a penalty, and it's not even close. That's a penalty by a mile. So looks like Mertz is okay. They're no trainers around him or anything. So they're just talking to him right now. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if he'll come back in. But definitely the protection level has got to be better for this team to protect him because he has taken a beating really all year. Here we go. Seals back to throw. Throws it over the middle, and it's incomplete. A great play. And there's going to be a late flag. There is a late flag on Florida. That's frustrating. Wow. Pass interference on the defense. There is an automatic first down. That's just hit you right in the gut with a stupid penalty. I'd love to see the replay to see where it happened. So he tries to jump the route, but unfortunately he jumps into the receiver instead, or the tight end, which, I mean, any half-brain nitwit ref is going to call that. And that's just how it's going to happen. That's how it's going to be. Here we go. Seals hands it off to Alexander. Looks like they're really trying to push up the pressure here. The Commodores are really trying to do an aggressive style offense where they're trying to get the offense going quick, kind of like what Tennessee did with us, where they were trying to rush to the line of scrimmage, like super quick before our defense can get set and they can really see anything from the offense. Man in motion. Looks like man. Oh, they're sending a blitz. Rush the throw. A great play by the defense. Wow. And a great play coverage down deep against a guy, London Humphreys, who leads the SEC in yards per catch with 24. Just a big play. All right. 1 for 7 here. On third downs are the Commodores. It's a 3rd and 7. Manageable for them. Here we go. They're going to run it to the outside. No, Seals is going to keep it, and he will be stopped behind the line for a big stop on 3rd down for Florida. A much-needed stop after the injury to your quarterback to start the second half. And the question is, are they really going to try to go for it? Because Vanderbilt knows they've really got nothing to lose. They know it. I mean, they're 2 and 3. They're just trying to play hard. I mean, you got to respect it, but, you know. So they're going to keep the offense out there. They're 0 for 2 on 4th downs already. Granted, that 1 for 2, it should be 1 for 2, but they fumbled it after they got the first down. So, I mean, it's neither here nor there. All right. And it's huge for Florida there. So it looked to be a false start. They tried to draw Florida offsides. Obviously, it didn't work. So it turns out, actually, it wasn't a false start. It was a delay of game. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, so now you're going to see a punt here. And this punter here is no slouch. He's a great punter. I mean, like I said earlier, he has 11,000 punting yards. Granted, that doesn't say many good things about your offense, but still, I mean, you still got to punt it. And a line drive. Wow. What a punt. And he punts it, and he gets it to the inside of the 10 at the 9. So Florida will come out here again, buried deep on their own end, and Mertz is coming back in. He looks okay, but I'm still see what he does here. I don't see them really going to an offense now that Napier he's very conservative. I don't at this point in time. I mean, it happened against Tennessee, but we'll see. All right. Looking at the scores of college football right now, UCLA does score again as they lead it 25-17 with 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. FSU again has the ball. Unfortunately, they're up 32-17. A&M trails Alabama 24-17. Milroe is having probably one of his best days as the starting Alabama quarterback, which is a complete 180 compared to what he looked like early in the season when he was really struggling and really getting a lot of hell from the fans. Looking at the North Carolina game, it is 37-7 now. Just a big blowout for them, big confidence builder for them, big win for them in their conference. So we'll see what happens then. Son of a gun. Jordan Travis runs for 11 yards, gets a first down.
The Gators lead Vanderbilt 21-7. You know, this Gator team has a little hobby on the side. It's bowling. Two teammates on this Gators team, James Marshall Jr. and Ron Rackman, are high school teammates as well. And they wanted to do a hobby together, so they thought, hey, why not just try bowling? Other guys bought in, including running back Montel Johnson Jr. They got so into it.
Here we go, pass to Boardingham. He's going to go down the sideline, and he's got a huge gain past the 30. And a great play by the Gators offense right out of the gate. After the Mertz injury, he gets the ball out of his hands quick, and a big gain for Florida. It's what they need here. And it looks like they're really trying a no-huddle offense here, which I very much have been looking forward to. Here we go. Mertz in the shotgun. Takes the snap. And end around again. He has blockers. Pearsall finding a hole. He will get another first down. No, he is short by a yard, but a solid run from Pearsall. He gets 9 on the play. There is a score. Oh, nope, never mind. It's the same thing. UCLA, once again, up 25-17 at home over 13th ranked Washington State. And that would be a huge win for UCLA in that program if they were to upset the big dogs of their conference, one of the big dogs in their conference, even though they don't have their starting quarterback in. Here we go. Mertz again. Fakes the handoff. Will hand it off. Up the middle goes Johnson, who's got a first down. They push him back behind the line before progress will give him a first down. Ooh, excuse me.
He is in shorts. He's got a boot on his right ankle now. He had an ankle injury coming in. We saw a couple of possessions in this game.
Here we go. Mertz fakes the handoff, throws it down the middle of the field. Oh, it's off of the helmet.
Yeah, Brian Longwell went right off his helmet. That was probably the furthest downfield that we've seen Florida throw it today. Had 3 routes down there.
And it looks like it hits the linebacker's helmet. It was on target. It's just his helmet got in the way. And Wilson gets a huge first down. This kid is so quick. The son of NFL corner / safety Eugene Wilson, who played for the New England Patriots, by the way. Coming back after his injury against Tennessee. And he's come back, and he's really played well today. Here we go. Here we go. Back to throw. Mertz is going to throw deep. He's got Pearsall over the head of Pearsall just by a yard. Man, a solid throw, but And yeah, it looks like Pearsall seems to be a little hobbled right now. But looking at how the box score is looking right now, Eugene Wilson or Trey Wilson, 4 catches, 34 yards, 8 yards per catch. He's looking pretty good here in his first game back. I'm happy that they're getting him involved in the offense because he's one of the best skill players we have. Here we go. Mertz back to throw again. He's going to throw it to Montreal. Montreal has blockers. He's going to get 5 on the play, so you're looking at a 3rd and 5 here, hopefully. And Pearsall is hobbling on the sideline still. With about a little under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Up 2 scores. I don't know if you keep him back. I don't know if you put him back in. I really don't. I think you keep him out for the rest of the game and use your other guys. Boardingham's had a great game today. Use Caleb Douglas. I haven't seen Caleb Douglas yet. Use Trey Wilson. I mean, like I said, he's the best guy you have. So we'll see what happens here. Here we go. Mertz. And a little tap pass underneath to Wilson. Wilson, oh my goodness, trying to break tackles here, and it's a 4th down. He does not get it. It's a 4th and 2. Thinking about it, do you go for it here? Do you be aggressive and you go for it? And it looks like they are. I'm loving the aggression here from Napier. Hopefully they could just get the ball to Montreal and just bulldoze through, get good blocking up the middle here, depending on what we're going to see here. Looks like what's going on? Pearsall's coming back in. Okay. So it is a 4th and 2. Here we go. Back to throw. Mertz looking. He's going to throw it right away to Pearsall, and he hangs on. What a great grab from Pearsall right off the bench after hobbling. He comes in and makes a great catch for a big first down. There's intentional grounding on Florida, so it's a 2nd and very long, 2nd and 22, 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. So there's a gain of about 5, maybe. So it will look to be a 3rd and 17. It is a 3rd and 15. All right, Mertz. I got to snap it here. They snap it right before. Oh, come on. He snapped it before it went off. Oh, no. It's a Florida timeout. 3rd and 15. 4 minutes to go in the third. What's up?
My boss kind of irritated me today only because she told me I could be there at 10 and
Third and 15 for Florida here. 4:21 to go in the third quarter.
my mother's gonna go later.
Okay. Back to throw Mertz. He's looking. He's going to throw a quick run to Boardingham, who breaks one tackle, breaks another. He's got a first down and a lot more. A big 20-yard gain for Boardingham. And the Gators are in the red zone. Looks like they ran the same play that they did before the timeout. Here we go. Quick no-huddle offense, trying to get into the end zone quick here. Fakes the handoff to Trey Wilson, hands it off to Montrell Johnson up the middle, who gets about 6, maybe. He breaks one tackle. He breaks 2 tackles, 3 tackles, and they finally bring him down on the 4th tackle. Unbelievable. Here we go. Arliss Boardingham having his best day as a Gator. Here we go. Hands it off. Trey Wilson to the outside. He's got blockers. He's gone. Touchdown, Florida. Woo! And the Gators take a 27-7 lead. Maybe a 28-7 lead if they get the extra point. And I think that's Trey Wilson's first touchdown in a Gator uniform. The Florida Gators take a 27-7 lead over the Commodores. Hopefully a 28-7 lead.
Look, they're two phones, Daddy.
Yep.
Daddy, look, Daddy. There are 2 bones.
I see, buddy.
And now,
So the Gators take a 28-7 lead over the Commodores here as they are looking to be 4-2 after today. What a game.
you want the ring?
You want to sit with me? Come here. All right. We're going to watch football together, right, buddy? Go get your Gator hat. See, go get your Gator hat. The blue hat. Hey.
No, I want to get this hat. See this?
Don't wear that hat.
The hat. It's very comfy.
Now, looking around the scores in the SEC, right, or in the college, in the top 25 right now, as Washington State still trails UCLA. UCLA has the ball 25, and they're up 25-17 over Washington State. Virginia Tech has the ball in Florida State territory with 9:58 to go, but they still trail by 15. Alabama has taken complete control of the game in College Station, where they lead it 24-17, even though Texas A&M does have the ball. Milroe having one of his best days as an Alabama quarterback. And, of course, Syracuse just getting blown out by North Carolina 40-7. And there's 5 minutes to go in that game.
Look, they're not 3 anymore. They're 2-1.
Yep.
Hey, stop it.
Gray to get his first touchdown as a Gator. The Gators lead 28-7. And their 5th drive of the season of 90-plus yards that ends in a touchdown. Excellent. That includes the 2 today. I would love to see where that ranks amongst everybody else in college football.
Daddy, I want more.
Okay, bye.
Hello.
Thank you.
I'm good. How are you?
All right.
Nothing. Making some dish out.
The Gators, well, defense will come back onto the field here,
It was good. I mean,
looking at a beautiful skyline of Gainesville, Florida.
it was good.
How much more beautiful can you get than that? Here we go. Ken Seals with the ball and the Commodore offense with a 1st and 10, man in motion. Takes the snap. Gonna fake the handoff here. Nice throw on a slant for a 1st down for Vanderbilt. Here we go. The clock's still running. We're under now 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Florida is up 28-7 once again. Sherrill was the guy with the last catch there. Here we go. Seals has the ball. Seals with a man in the backfield with him. Sherrill in motion, fakes the handoff. Here we go. Seals. He's going to throw it to the flat. to his running back, Alexander, who gets about 5 on the play.
It's $249, but you get, like, we help you with setup. You get the whole facility to yourself. Like, you get a streamer wall that we set up. You get, like, we clean up for you afterwards. We do a lot.
Here we go.
Now one for Daddy.
No, thank you, buddy. Here we go. Seals in motion, or Seals in the shotgun again. Calling signals to the line. Looks like he's changing the play.
And I'm like, if you were on a budget.
Here we go. Hands it off. Up the middle. Oh, he goes to the outside, and Alexander gets hit. Big first down for Vanderbilt here. Gators cannot slip up here. They cannot fall into kind of lazy plays here.
And her party is really small. Like, she gave us a head count. It's literally like 12 adults and like 8 kids.
Go show mama. So another first down and 10 for Vanderbilt as we are approaching the end of the third quarter in a big 28-7 Florida lead. Here we go. Seals back to throw. He's going to throw it over the middle of the field, and wide open is Hoskins, the 5th, with a catch. And the Commodores offense has taken a little step up here. And whoa, Seals throws it out of bounds. Nothing there on that play. A huge touchdown here. 28-13 now the score. As the Gators defense really let up on that drive. A very disappointing drive for the Gator defense. Here we go. The kick is up, and it is good. So it's now 28-14.
Say hi to Grandma.
Hi, Grandma. No, Daddy, we don't have. We don't have. Mommy, you got it, Mommy. You got it, Mommy.
So that was a huge drive for Vanderbilt.
It's me, Mommy. It's me, Jesse.
So the kick is away. Florida will get the ball from inside their 5. Gene on the return. And he gets to about the 24.
No, it's a little more. I think it's 55, 60. It's 66.
I want to buy this book. I want to buy this book, Mommy. I want to buy this book, Mommy.
So now you're looking at what the Gators are going to probably do here.
Daddy.
Shh, Papa. Here, come sit here with me.
What?
Come sit here with me. So after a great game from Montreal Johnson, the question is, are they going to keep him in here or take him out to save him from possible injury? Come over here, Jesse. Mertz hands it off. There goes Trayon Webb for a big first down. Jesse, come here. Come get a cracker. A bone cracker. There you go. Here we go. The Gators pushing up the tempo here. Mertz, Trey Wilson in motion again. There goes Trayon Webb with a hole, and he might be gone to the 30. Out of bounds at the 22. What a way to finish the third quarter. Yes.
Yeah, from 1 to 5.
Ow. You got it, Mommy. Mom, I
No,
got
just
find
one.
some books, Mommy. I will find the books, Mom.
The party from 2 to 4.
I will find your book, Mommy.
So now looking at the scores around the SEC and around the top 25, Florida State scores again and basically puts that game out of reach. And they're up 39-17. Washington State still driving the football. They are in UCLA territory, but they have a 4th and 1. Still down by 8, needing a score to tie, at least have a chance to tie the game. Texas A&M gets the ball back after a disappointing safety. Looking at the other score, North Carolina still up 40-7 over Syracuse with 2 minutes to go in that game. But with 3 minutes to go in this Texas A&M game, Alabama will move to 5-1, most likely jump higher into the top 10 for this week.
This week, actually.
Didn't know my mute was on. So, again, UCLA will hold off Washington State in the final minute and a half here after stopping them on 4th down. They will win this 25-17 unless something crazy happens. In a very big upset, and that will drop probably number 13 Washington State out of the top 20. Here we go. Mertz takes it, throws it to Treon Webb for a gain of about 4.
Yeah.
So,
Mama's making footprints. He made footprints.
Huh?
Yeah, he made footprints.
so
Yeah, his
28-14 is the score. Florida in the red zone trying to officially close this game out and put it out of reach. Here we go. Mertz back to throw. He's looking. He's going to throw it to the flat again to Treon Webb, who gates only 3. It was a 2-yard gain last play. Now this was, I believe, a 3-yard gain. So you're looking at a 3rd and 5 here.
Aha! The kitchen. Yeah, Mommy. Yeah.
Here we go. Big 3rd down here. The Gators trying to put this game out of reach.
And one more, Daddy.
No more, Bubba. No more. Here we go. 3rd and 6. They're going to throw a screen to Pearsall. Pearsall tries to break one tackle. He breaks another, but he will get the first down. A huge first down for the Gators. There you go. No more, okay, buddy? There is a flag on the play. And there's an illegal block in the back. Just a ridiculous penalty. I'd love to see the replay where that happened. Petty call by the official. And a block in the back on Boardingham. So the first down is wiped off the board. So it's a 3rd and 16 here. So here we go. Mertz takes the snap. He's looking. And a false start. An illegal snap. Never heard that one before. And again, the undisciplined play of the Gators shows its ugly face. And he did. It was an illegal snap, a bad snap by the center. And now it's a 3rd and 21. So most likely a run play. That's usually what maybe your favors in this situation, just to make sure you just get some yardage out of it. But, I mean, those 2 penalties could have knocked us out of field goal range. Wilson makes a man miss. He gets solid yardage, but still not enough for a first down. So it's a 4th down, but a field goal unit will come back on here and kick the field goal.
It's in my tummy. It's in my tummy, Daddy. It's in my tummy. See? It's
You want to come up here?
See, it's really in my tummy.
Want to come up here and sit with me? Come on.
Really. Yeah, I like
Trace Mack
that.
coming in. He's 6 for 6 on the season. His longest kick of the year was a 54-yarder. Here's the kick. 40-yard attempt. It is good. And Trace Mack continues his stretch as he's looking to be one of the best kickers in college football, not only the SEC. So with 12 minutes to go, the Gators take a commanding 17-point lead, a 3-possession lead over the Commodores. So we have another final score. We have the North Carolina Tar Heels winning 40-7 over Syracuse, and of course the UCLA Bruins will hold off the Washington State Cougars 25-17 in a big win for them in the Pac-12. UCLA most likely will be showing their face into the top 25 come tomorrow. Again, another final or soon to be final score, unfortunately, is the Florida State game with 5 minutes to go. The Florida State Seminoles are up on Virginia Tech 39-17, and in 2 minutes to go. And 2 minutes to go in the Alabama game. All right, buddy. And 2 minutes to go in the Alabama game, they lead 26-17 over Texas A&M. And the Gators are still up once again, 31-14. And it is Vanderbilt. And other scores around, looking at the ACC, you're looking at a big win for Clemson over Wake Forest. Yep, we're back at it here, as there's just minutes away from kickoff here with Georgia and Kentucky. It's a game that most likely will decide who will represent the SEC East in the SEC championship game, in my opinion. Both teams are very good teams, but Georgia, I think, has the edge, but I do not think it will be a blowout. I think Kentucky will give them a run for their money. So the kick goes out of bounds as Vanderbilt will take over.
Go turn it off, please.
And Ray Davis.
It's my birthday.
Go turn it off.
It's my birthday.
And Ray Davis, after last week, coming in on a really hot streak after just running over the Gator defense. Brock Bowers, after having his big game over Auburn last week, coming in with a chance to really cement himself as a top tight end in the NFL draft. Here we go, throws to the flat, and that's going to be a gain of 8 for Vanderbilt. Kansas is up on UCF 44-22 in a big win, or what's looking to be a big win for them. And looks like Castell is hurt, and he's limping off the field, which is a big injury for this Gator defense. NC State beats Marshall 48-41. Virginia beats William and Mary 27-13 for their first win of the season. Boston College beats Army 27-24. Obviously, Clemson beats Wake Forest 17-12 to get their record of 4-2. And that is what the ACC is looking like right now. Looking at the Big 12, there's only one final so far, or two finals, and that's the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Here we go. Oops, sorry. Seals back to throw. He's going to throw it, and he's going to hold on for a first down. So Vanderbilt getting something going here on offense. Really, Vanderbilt figuring out the Gator defense. Vanderbilt figuring out a little bit the Gator defense. As they're starting to really make some long drives and make some plays downfield. Here we go. Seals back to throw. He's going to throw it. And, a big tackle, but he's still up on his feet. Take him down. But they're going to stop him. They say he touched the ground. So the Gators, it's a 2nd and 10 now for Vanderbilt. Shh. It's a 2nd and 10 now for 2nd and medium right now for Vanderbilt. As they trail 31-14 in the swamps, the Florida Gators with 10:40 to go in the game. Trying to get back into the game. Here we go. Seals in the shotgun again. Man to the left. Here we go. Takes the snap. Hands it off. He hands it off. And there goes, I think, Patrick Smith up for a gain of about 4. So it's going to be a 3rd down.
No.
So big third down. So a big third down now for Vanderbilt as they try to get back into the game. Here we go. They're 1 for 8 on third downs today. Here we go. Seals back to throw. He's going to get pressure. He's going to throw it, and he's got a first down. Oh, no, it's incomplete. So it's a 4th and 4 now with 9.5 to go. An obvious situation where Vanderbilt will go for it. They have not been afraid of going for it already.
Daddy, see, it's my birthday.
I see, buddy. It's not your birthday, though. Here we go. 4th and 4. They're already 0 for 2 on 4th downs today.
It is my birthday.
Here we go. Seals in motion.
You know what it means?
Or Seals back to throw. Takes the snap. He's going to throw it. He's going to get sacked. A big sack for Florida, and that should do it, folks. With 9.5 to go in the 4th quarter, Vanderbilt will have to give the ball to Florida.
You know, because people make it, so I'm saying
Oh my gosh. A huge 4th down stop for the Florida Gators on a big sack, and that will give them the ball deep in Vanderbilt territory with a chance to put the last nail in the coffin.
I know that's what you told him. I'm saying he.
Jesse, hush.
Don't. It's now.
So, in a big turn of events here,
Not happy.
Texas A&M gets a field goal
Don't
against Alabama, so it's 26-20. The question is, how many timeouts do Texas A&M have?
need your help.
And there's a minute 38 to go. We'll see what they do here, as Max Johnson has quite the arm
Hello.
for a possible.
Don't say that to me. Say
Me.
Texas A&M trailing 26-20, and a big 2nd and 10 now.
Excuse me, Mom.
I don't know how many
Yes.
timeouts they have left.
what? It's 12:50. I know.
Sorry for all the noise.
Uh-oh. I got it.
Can you put this in the trash?
And
I
looking
got
at the
this
play-by-play,
Can you put this in the sink?
it's a very good game for wide receiver
Now I got it.
Jermaine Burton, who has probably one of his best games of the year, really. 9 catches, 2 touchdowns, and almost 200 yards total. Jermaine Burton really hasn't been much of a
You don't.
target this year. After a really impressive season last year, 40 catches, 600 yards, and 7 touchdowns. But he's still there. He's one of their best receivers that they really don't use often. But he's able to get into the end zone twice today after only having 2 touchdowns on 8 catches all year in the first 5 games. But Alabama slowly trying to milk the clock. It looks like they got a first down. Trying to figure out here what happened. So it looks like there's an incomplete pass for Milrow to Malik Benson. So it's a 2nd and 10 for Alabama. Gators will take over now, deep in Commodore territory as they try to close this one out for their 4th win of the season to go 4-2. Definitely an improvement after last year against this team that really just killed us all around. Here we go. Big run for Montrell Johnson for a gain of 9 on the play, a 2nd and 9. So with 9 minutes exactly to go in this game, Florida with a 2nd and 1 on the 26-yard line. Here we go. Mertz takes the snap, hands it off to Montrell Johnson again, sidesteps. He's got a big room, and he's going to run all the way down to the 12-yard line. And a big first down for Florida. Another big gain for Montrell, as he's had a wonderful game on the ground. Say, go Gators, buddy.
Go Gators.
That's my boy.
Oh, no.
And that, just an overall excellent game for Montrell Johnson, as he's well over 100 yards on the ground. He's at 114 after that big play there. Here we go. And he's going to hand it off again to Montrell, who stopped in the backfield for a loss of 3. Gosh darn it. A 2nd and 13 here for Florida as they look to run more clock. Here we go. Mertz alone, or nope, he's got Montrell in the back. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to get it to Boardingham, who's going to break one, and he's going to walk into the end zone for a Gator touchdown. Mertz with his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. Boardingham with his 2nd touchdown of the day as he continues his amazing game here today. After really a rough start on the first few plays of the game, he comes out and he has one of his best games as a Gator. And here we go. Trey Smack coming in for an extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. Florida leads it 38-14 with just 7:19 to go in the 4th quarter. Florida is looking victorious today. Just a great fake pitch to Montrell, but instead finds a wide open Boardingham, who breaks one tackle and walks into the end zone for an easy score. And we do have a final. A big win for Alabama on the road. It looked rough in the beginning, but they come back and take down their SEC West rivals 26-20 at College Station to move to 5-1. And Texas A&M drops to 4-2 and blows a really big opportunity to jump into the top 25 and maybe even the top 15.
How are you two? How?
And looking at a final score, I don't care. I'll take this loss on my predictions. I was really hoping Virginia Tech
Close
to
the
pull
fridge,
up an
please.
upset, but obviously they couldn't. And Florida State will win 39-17 over unranked Virginia Tech. After the crazy upsets that have been today, hopefully we'll be able to see some people drop out of the top 10. Hopefully, because
Sink. Sink.
I want to dump it to the trash.
Sink.
So Smack will kick it away with 7:19 to go. Now you got a question: are they going to put Seals back in at quarterback for Vanderbilt? Love to see what their backup can do. Probably. It's probably better to put their backup in.
You little,
And it looks like Seals is still in the game. I'm kind of surprised at why they're still keeping their backup or their starter in the game. And Seals is going to do a quarterback keeper here. Again, I'm honestly at a loss here for Vanderbilt. I know they're only 2-4. I know they really have their expectations is at least a bowl game, a low-level bowl game. But to keep your starter in at this point, when he's such a key focal point in your offense, I'm honestly at a loss here.
Oh yeah, sorry. Can we text me for it? I wasn't home. I took him back to my.
Here we go. Seals in the shotgun.
Job to go play. And then by the time I got home, I forgot about it.
Here we go. Seals in the shotgun. Alone. He's going to take a hit, but he gets the throw off, and it's going to be maybe a first. Nope. And the Gators wrap up on defense, and it's going to be a gain of 5 for a 3rd and 2 coming up. Hi, bye. Okay, come here. Come here and watch with me.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's a 3rd down for Vanderbilt. Obviously, they're in a 4-down situation. Looks like Mertz might be done for the day.
I'm not Jesse. I'm
Another solid game for Graham Mertz. Here we go. Quick throw to the outside, and they will stop him in the backfield. What a great tackle. For a loss
His two favorite
of...
things right now is I'm not Jesse, mommy, Spidey, and then it's I'm not Jesse, mommy.
What's the flag?
I'm Cowboy Jesse.
I'm not cowboy. I'm not a coward.
That's not what I see. Get out of my mouth.
There's still a flag on the field. I'm trying to figure out what it is. And there's a personal foul on the offense. Hands to the face, so it will be denied or declined for a 4th down. So it will be a 4th and 5. Looks like Vanderbilt will punt. So we're going to see a punt here for Vanderbilt.
And I'm like, what? He's like, I can't find the fucking... And then stuff.
Here we go. It's going to go out of bounds at around the 35 of Florida.
I was like, Jesse.
So hopefully we'll be able to see Max Brown a little bit right now.
Like, don't say that.
Not really sure.
I'm like, oh my gosh. And then he said it.
I would love to see Graham Mertz be taken out for the rest of the game. It's just too risky. This line is not really great at protecting. I would hope to see at least to be able to see Max Brown get some time on the field and a blowout
And then the
victory.
other day he tripped and fell. And he was like, oh, fuck. And he got up and I was like,
So
oh, gosh.
we do have a kickoff
And I was
for
like,
the
Jesse, don't say
Kentucky-Georgia
that. And he'll
game.
correct it and he'll go, oh man, and I'm like, yeah, you can say
So we'll see what happens there. Even though I think Kentucky will give them a game, I do
He just
believe
whispered it to
Georgia
himself, like,
will
he did
win
it. He
that one
did
in
it,
a
like,
close
5
game.
minutes ago. He just like look up at me. He's like,
I will lick you.
my fucking-"
Yeah,
And then
I will go
And it looks like Georgia will get the ball first in the biggest game for the SEC East this season.
Cheer, Mommy. You know.
So Georgia will take the ball first in this big SEC matchup that most likely will decide the representative of the SEC East in the SEC title game. Georgia 5-0 on a huge winning streak of plus 20 of over 20 games, and Kentucky coming in after a dominating win over the Florida Gators, a frustrating one at that for me personally. Going back to some of my predictions earlier, I'm glad I had a feeling that Oklahoma was going to beat Texas. Texas was kind of riding it a little too high. They were, kind of getting too cocky, too big for their britches, but, that's what happens. And I had a feeling that Oklahoma, especially after losing their quarterback last year, Gabriel, to a concussion, they were going to come back in here a little bit better and play a lot better, and they did. And Ohio State beating Tua's little brother, Maryland, I knew that was going to look like a close game, but you know what? It was going to be Ohio State's home field coming into play, and Ohio State going to be pulling away later on.
Oh, my balloon!
Here we go. So the Gators do have the ball here. Looks like Max Brown is in at quarterback. He's going to get a couple throws here, and he will get it. A nice pass to Fraziers. Nice catch for a first down for Fraziers, and the Gators still pushing the ball downfield. So first and 10 for the Gators. They're going to go run to the outside, but it's not going to get them anywhere. And a loss of about 2 or 3. So it's the second and very long for the Gators. I don't see them really passing here. I see them maybe going for a run to really continue milking the clock. Max Brown in the shotgun, true freshman quarterback, takes a snap. He's going to throw it, and a screen pass, good blocking, and he will get about 6 to Burke.
She's a little.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. All right. Max Brown again on a 3rd and 7. And Vanderbilt calls a timeout. So a quick timeout for Vanderbilt as I don't know what they want to do. But Max Brown and the Gators trying to really close out this game. 3:19 to go. A nice victory so far for the Florida Gators. And here we go. Man in motion. Max Brown takes the snap. And he breaks one tackle. And you're going to see a lot of flags.
Mhm.
So, if you're Billy Napier, there's been a lot of talk about him calling plays. Should he relinquish that? I know there was so much, Jimbo Fisher.
And it is a face mask on the defense, so that will be a first down for the Gators. And once again, they'll be able to run more clock.
Outside noise. I don't know how much of it gets to the football coaches in their buildings because they're so dedicated to what they're doing every day, every minute. But what do you think about that? I mean, he got this job because he called plays.
Okay. Love you too.
So the Gators with the first down deep at the 35-yard line of Vanderbilt. Here we go. Max Brown in the shotgun takes the snap. Hands it off to the outside and no gain. False start on the offense, and with a minute 25 to go, the Gators are just closing out the final moments of this victory. Finally, the Gators come back, get revenge after an embarrassing loss to Vanderbilt last year. There will be a post-game analysis later. Join me for that. Thank you for all those who joined in and watched. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you tomorrow for the Patriots-Saints game. So, yeah.